Hi there, here's tuxaudio.com again. Welcome on my video channel, and today we want to talk a little bit about Lightroom backup. According to a couple of questions I got in the comments or per email, this topic is a little bit underestimated. So in this video I want to show you at least the basics. First of all, you should consider to back up at least on external USB drives like this one, or like I do with my desktop PC. That is a combination, is connected with USB 3.0, and those drives here have a capacity of 3 terabyte, which is at least enough till the next year. Okay, let's start Lightroom. First thing you should do if you have a freshly installed Lightroom, go to the catalog settings, and maybe this is set to default never, so you should choose another frequency where the catalog is backed. That depends a little bit on how many images you add to your catalog or how many image processing you do, but I prefer the setting that a backup is done every time you quit Lightroom. If you set this, we can now quit Lightroom, and now you end up with the backup catalog dialog. The most important settings are those two here. The first one is to test integrity, so you don't wind up with a corrupted catalog in your backup. And the second setting is for optimizing the catalog, that is for deleting datasets which are no longer in use in the database. By default, the catalog is stored in your user profiles. That means it's on the same disk, which is for a real backup a bad idea, but we leave it this way and just skip it. And now we just connect the USB drive I showed to you, and after a connection we start Lightroom again. And now if you quit before, because I've done this setting before, Lightroom chooses the backup folder on the external USB drive to do the backup on. Okay, let's skip this time and change to the external USB drive. Here you have the backups in different folders, each one named according to date and time of the backup. And the Lightroom backup itself of the catalog is a zip file which you can easily unzip with Windows Explorer. You don't need additional utilities, at least with Windows 8 or so on. So just in case, you could unzip the catalog and store it in the regular location, which is normally your picture folder, and there in the Lightroom folder. There are two folders here, that is the Lightroom Catalog Helper and the Lightroom Catalog Previews, which not needed in the backup because the previews are generated right away if you view a picture, even if you view an image at 100% setting, then Lightroom will generate those previews automatically. But you should consider other folders, and that is in your user folder, and here the folder app data roaming Adobe Lightroom. Especially if you've done a lot of your own presets for exporting images or importing images or filter presets or things like that, then you should add this folder here completely to your backup. Like for example, defined my own label set here for the color labels. I don't have so far export presets, but they are stored in the folder user preset, so you should do, or you should include them into your backup. Okay, there's another thing to take into your backup consideration, and that are the smart previews. Here you can see an example. There is the original raw image accessible by Lightroom, and you also got a smart preview. The original image is accessible because we connected the USB drive, but the little DNG files, and that is what those smart previews are all about, are located in this folder here, for example. That is Lightroom Catalog Smart Previews. It now depends on how you generated the smart previews. If you generated them by a certain criteria, like for example date, all files or images older than 1 or 2 years, or all images which have a certain color label on them, it is easy to regenerate them just in case you have to do a complete new install. Then you don't need to include this folder into your backup. Because if we disconnect the USB drive and delete this folder and start Lightroom again, then you here got the situation that the photo is missing. You don't have the original file accessible so far, and you don't have the smart preview to work on this image. Let's start Lightroom again. I did a little mean thing, and I changed the folder where the images are stored in from drive letter D to drive letter F, I think. And now he tells you that all the images are missing. That could be the situation if you add another drive into your system, or move newer images to a SSD and keep the older ones on a regular hard drive, just name it. And if you kept the same folder structure on the new drive, the situation is very easy. You just click here and you get a dialog about to locate the missing image. And since I stored them now on drive E, it's pretty easy to find that image. And if you kept the same folder structure, not only the new location of this first image is now known to Lightroom, but all the other images within this folder structure. Yeah, okay, that is what I wanted to talk about Lightroom backup. Most important is, beside the backup of the catalog, the only thing where you're supported by Lightroom, that you must back up your images by yourself. Just use any tool you like and what fit your needs. I use Robocopy for that. It's a very robust file copy and cinch tool, and I cinch all my images and also the settings of Lightroom from my desktop PC to my Linux server, and from there I even back up them twice on the external USB drives. What is most important if you think about a backup and have set it all up is do it the hard way and test out this backup. So delete Lightroom, delete your images, delete your settings, and just try to restore all these things from your backup, and not to propose that the backup is working. Just test it out. So that it is from me for today. If you have any questions about Lightroom backup and backup in general and restoring, you might place a comment in the video description below, or take a look on the blog posts, and I did a couple of blog posts on backing up files. And surely I would like if you place a like on this video, and I would appreciate if you subscribe my channel. Till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.